assault and batteries, but my trunk stay ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Today's video is going to be a little update on John Cena and Nikki Bella. They had their little breakup about 3 weeks ago. Really caught everyone off guard. It's one of those things where, at least for wrestling fans, it was like, is it one of those things where it's like just for the TV show, or is it for real? And I guess as the weeks went on, more things kind of became apparent where maybe this thing's a lot more real than we may expect it to be. You know, the social media posts or whatever, I think that's literally in like world of pro wrestling now. It's like, oh, let's make things real. We'll talk about it on Twitter and social media and Instagram. So that kind of thing went out the window where, you know, it was cool at one point and kind of breaking down that fourth wall and all those barriers, but now it's just like, hey, let's add some realism to this. We'll tweet something about it. Where things kind of started getting more, I guess, more quote-unquote real was interviews that Cena had. I think he did 2, and one of them, I guess the manager didn't want Cena to talk about what happened, but Cena's like, it's okay, go ahead. And he spoke very candidly about how, you know, he's hurting and he misses her, and, you know, they're just kind of whatever. And I think Brie Bella also, just before that time, put out a little statement where she's keeping in touch with John because they're both going through a tough time, which is understandable. You know, being in a long relationship, it's not one of those things where you can just kind of shut the door and just, you know, everyone moves on with their life. I think from the beginning, a lot of people saw this eventually happening. You know, you can only really judge them by Total Divas, and I guess John Cena's past, where, you know, there's there's radio interviews, there's video interviews on YouTube where just Cena goes very in depth about the kind of man he is as a single person, and mix that in with you know, Nikki Bella, who comes off as a gold digger. She obviously is into a certain lifestyle and a certain way of life, and I guess Cena's the same, but like I said, you can only judge people from what you see, I guess, from what we see on TV, and it just came off like their relationship was very fragmented, like it was very fake and phony. And the cherry on top was the whole WrestleMania proposal thing, where it was rumored for months, literally like a month, that maybe that match will even headline the show. But eventually, Cena's gonna propose at WrestleMania. So he did, and, you know, I guess everyone saw it coming, except apparently Nikki Bella had no idea that Cena was gonna propose, and she was all caught off guard. I'm like, come on, give me a break. And that's kind of when things kind of took went off the cliff, where she played it off so much where it's like, I had no idea, I'm so shocked, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, come on, you gotta be kidding me right now. You know, I get that you're doing the whole thing, but for you to really insult, you know, fans' intelligence in 2017 at the time, kind of really rubbed me the wrong way. But now, you know, you fast forward almost 1 year to the day, who was it? Nikki posted something that her and John broke up. It's kind of like, yeah, whatever. Cena posts something the next day, and it's like, hey, whatever. And then a couple days ago, I believe it was over the weekend, that was what they're supposed to be their wedding day, May the 5th. But Cena, a picture comes out of Cena at a bar, and who's behind him? Five women. And this picture obviously went around very fast, and first things people notice is, look at Cena, he's growing out the goatee a little bit, he's growing out his hair, and the girls are obviously a lot better than Nikki Bella, in my opinion. And Nikki Bella actually posted a video on her her YouTube channel, and she looks fairly, you know, ill, very skinny. You know, I guess the stresses of a relationship breakup. But I guess this is a lot more real than people may assume. For me now, I'm kind of fully convinced that, yeah, maybe these guys are actually a thing, like not a thing anymore. But conveniently enough, the cameras were rolling for Total Bellas, and I would imagine that's going to be the finale for that season, which will probably like culminate on the end of summer. You got it all on footage. So I would imagine that episode alone is probably going to do 20 times more views than Raw and SmackDown does regularly. And that's that. I thought that was the hook. I'm like, yeah, that's their hook, because every single season there's always a wedding at the end of a Total Divas or Total Bella thing. But now you have a breakup. It's kind of switching things up, which, you know, may lead people to believe that it's fake, but it doesn't seem like it. But hey, I'm looking forward to watching it. And lastly, also, just a couple days ago came out that John Cena and Carmela, Miss Money in the Bank, now women's champion, ironically enough, pinning Charlotte clean on SmackDown, just adding more fuel to the fire for people to assume that the John Cena stroke is now working on Carmela. She's going to get those W's, she's going to headline pay-per-views and break records, knowing how Cena's women operate. But all this is just rumors, but hey, good for Cena. He's definitely upgraded from Nikki to Carmela, way up here. So see what happens. And that's it. We'll see you guys in the next video.